Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Conor Knowles, and this is the Nerdic Gods MMA show. This time, Sloan, post-show for UFC 268. What'd you think, buddy?
What a heck of a card, my friend.
Great
My
card.
lord, that card was a heck of a card.
This is what dreams are made of, Sloan.
Oh
This
man,
card, you know.
that was a fun time, I gotta say. Most of the fights on there were super fun, super wild, especially that main card. Oof, man, they did a good job with this one, I gotta say.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than this if you're an MMA fan,
Mhm.
you know. Like, I would put this in,
Oh
like,
yeah,
you know, maybe not, like, top 10 pay-per-views of all time, but, like, certainly, like, top 25 up there, you
oh yeah,
know. And
oh
I
yeah,
mean, there's been a
definitely.
lot of fucking good pay-per-views, and
hmm
this is definitely
hmm
up there with the best.
Oh yeah. Well, most of the fights they had that night were all just they were so much fun to watch. I have to say.
Yeah.
I was upset with a couple wins, but look, it is what it is.
What are you gonna
It
do with
is.
those, right?
It is what it is, I suppose.
Just the way the card kept rolling, though, like I felt like the
Mhm,
prelims really rolled well into
mhm.
the main
Yeah.
card, and then the whole package altogether just ended up being fantastic. Like
Yeah,
these
yeah,
New
no,
York cards are
definitely.
special. You know, every
Oh yeah,
time
no,
they've done an
definitely.
MSG, I mean, obviously they know what they're doing with the lineup on the card, but man, do they feel special every time they do it.
100%.
All
Well,
right, let's just get into this, Salon.
get into it.
First up, Kamaru Usman defeated Kobe Covington by unanimous
Mhm,
decision
mhm.
for the
That was
welterweight
good.
title, Salon.
It was a good fight. It was a good fight. I uh, I was rooting for Colby, but didn't quite happen.
Couldn't
Didn't
pull it
quite
out there,
happen.
right?
Couldn't
You could
pull it
tell
out.
he definitely came
Man.
out with like a
Mhm,
slower game plan, right? It almost seemed
mhm.
like he was like giving up the first two rounds. Not giving them up, but
Eh,
like, you know,
Yeah,
just kind of feeling it out more. It wasn't that typical
mhm.
like Colby pressure that you
Yeah.
see immediately with crazy output and crazy
He,
pressure.
he did definitely come out. I feel like he looked a little more timid. Wasn't quite trying to get in there like he did in that first fight.
Yeah,
I gotta
and like
say.
you almost got to wonder like what if he did come out and
Mhm,
with his
mhm.
typical Colby style and fight like that the whole fight. I don't know, maybe it just ends up looking like the first fight then, but
Yeah, but I mean, that's not even necessarily a bad thing because the first fight, going into that fifth round, it was a toss up.
yeah. Mhm.
If Usman hadn't knocked him out, there's a good chance Colby could have gotten away with the decision on that.
Even this one was kind
Yeah,
of like
yeah,
you could argue the third
mhm,
round was for Colby, and then
yeah.
the fourth round was for
I, I
Colby.
I honestly felt like the last two rounds were kind of Colby's rounds,
Yeah,
and then the first two were definitely Usman's.
it
I'd
was
have
crazy
to
how Colby
say.
came back
Yeah,
after that second because he got
yeah,
dropped I think twice in that round. So
yeah.
yeah,
No, definitely.
that was definitely the first two rounds. I was like,
Hey,
oh, okay, Usman's gonna dominate him here.
hey, hey, man. Love or hate the guy, man. Colby, he's in that number one spot for a reason.
Yeah,
I mean, he's
this definitely
you know,
solidifies his number two spot at
oh,
welterweight for sure.
yeah,
And
yeah, 100%. So, it's just like, oof. It stings because I was just, Usman's won again. Usman, why are you so good? Stop being so good, damn it. I
it's
swear.
Kamaru Usman now. I
Like,
mean, proving
it
he's
was
the
a,
greatest welterweight in
I
the
know,
world.
I know,
One of the
I
best pound
know.
for pound fighters in the world,
Look,
you know.
look, I'll give him all the props in the world, man. He's a great fighter. He, watching and especially now, he's just gotten better. His hands look so much better. His wrestling's fantastic. I hate that they didn't count that takedown as a takedown. I
That
hate
wasn't
it
a
so much.
takedown. That wasn't a takedown.
Whatever. I'm
No
with
back
DC.
touched the ground, you know.
I'm with DC and Rogan.
Maybe
That was
over
a
in
take.
actually
That
wrestling,
was a
that's a
takedown.
takedown, sure.
Uh-huh.
But in
Sure,
MMA, nah,
sure.
that ain't a takedown. He didn't
No,
get him down.
no. Whatever. It is what it is.
He got up to like
But
one knee. You know, it was like both
yeah,
knees,
no,
I guess.
he
But
was
you
on
know,
both knees. He was on
does
both
that
the knees.
count? Does that
That
count if
does
you're on
count.
both
That
knees?
does count.
Nah, I don't think so.
Uh,
You gotta keep that
uh,
100% takedown defense stat. You know.
uh, it is what
Dana
it is.
White whispered into the guy's ear, like, "That's not a takedown,
That's,
bud."
that's not a takedown.
Slipped
That's
him
not happening.
100.
Man, it was a good fight though. It was good back and forth. Like Usman, like I said, Usman's hands have just looked so much better. Like you can
Yeah,
tell his
especially
timing's
like
got
1 through 3, his
down.
hands look
Yeah,
really good. I don't know if he was just slowed
yeah.
down when it came to the fourth and fifth, but he
I,
looked a little
I,
bit
I
sloppy heading in there.
I think it was. I think Colby was starting to find his rhythm,
Yeah,
which I think was throwing off Usman a bit.
Colby would just
I
get him
think.
too with those like awkward
Yeah.
punches, you know,
Yeah,
like the
yeah, yeah.
big
No,
left hands
definitely.
out of nowhere, and you think like no
Yeah,
one will
yeah.
get hit with that, but no, he'll land them on him.
No, definitely. And it was a good fight. Like it was just a good fight. Like it was fun to watch.
Definitely.
Like was it as good as the first fight? No, but it
No.
was still
I felt like
still a good
the
fight.
animosity just built up so much going into that first fight where they just had
Oh,
to go at
definitely.
it, and then this
Yeah,
one was a bit more,
oh,
methodical. They
definitely.
were both thinking a lot more. But yeah, Kamaru Usman, man, now one of the greatest of all time.
He's a tough
Probably.
guy.
At least
He's a
he's
tough
getting
guy.
up there. A lot of people are saying
Yeah.
he's surpassed GSP now as the best welterweight. I don't know about that. We're getting close. I think GSP has 11 title defenses or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
10. Yeah.
Yeah.
So getting close. Certainly, Usman had a harder road to the title than GSP had, but
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, I
Tougher
don't think we're quite
tougher
there yet
competition.
with that. But he's getting close. 15-fight win streak. He'll tie
Yeah.
Anderson Silva's record if he wins his next fight, which is just insane. Something I didn't think
Yeah.
I'd ever see. If I'm being honest, I thought,
Oh,
nah,
definitely.
there's no way
That's-
in this day and age in UFC that someone can win 16 fights in a row. But
I mean, it's impressive because now at this point, it's really kind of like who is kind of the guy to fight him, right? Like he's already on his like second lap, going around, fighting people. I know, and I know the whole Leon. I mean, that would be a good fight, if Leon beats
I feel like
Masvidal.
if Leon gets past Masvidal next month, that has to be it, right?
Right, but even so, like, do I necessarily see Leon beating Usman?
No.
Not necessarily, not
not
really. Nah, not necessarily. Like, it's not that he couldn't.
Unless
but
Edwards
it's
just has like really good takedown defense, and
Yeah.
then I suppose like on the feet that'll definitely be competitive. But
I would
know,
still. I mean, Edwards still has the better stand up than Usman does. Like Usman's
Sure.
stand up is getting better, but I would still say
it's not
Leon
nearly as technical as
Yeah,
Edwards
yeah.
Still, right?
No, definitely. But I mean, Usman, he's just such a strong guy. I mean, he's got that power, he's got that toughness. Even like watching, Kobe try to get the takedowns, like I felt like it was almost just all he could do, just to, like try to hold him down.
Yeah.
He just seems like it's such a tough, strong guy.
Yeah, it's
But,
such heavy hands now too, working with Trevor
Yeah.
Whitman. It's just
Mhm.
I don't know. It's hard to imagine anyone getting past him now. But yeah,
I mean, right?
I definitely agree with you. The Edwards one would be next if Edwards could win.
Yeah, if
And
Edwards beats
I don't know.
Masvidal,
Everyone's
yeah.
talking about Hazmat too, so it's like maybe, like
I
maybe.
mean, Hazmat, Chimaev, he looks fantastic. I mean, from what we've seen, but it's been so little though, because he's been
Yeah, we
finishing
just don't
his
know if he
fights
can
so
do that
quick.
against top caliber opponents.
yeah,
Like, he just beat Lee, who's number 11. It's like, okay, now we crack it in the top 10. Let's see how he fares with them. But
He still needs to fight at least 2 or 3 more dudes, kind of in that
sure.
sort of top division.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Because he's not gonna do that to Usman. I mean,
No.
he's not gonna go in there and just pick him up.
Maybe
ragdoll him.
maybe Hazmat's that good. I doubt it.
I mean, sure. I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
He definitely has that no fear about him. So he could just, say whatever, get in there, grapple him, pick him up like he's a little baby, throw him in the corner.
Imagine he did that to Usman.
Start yelling at Dana, doing the whole thing. Hey, you gotta have it. But
so for what is next for Usman, as we both just said, Edwards. So I think that's the obvious choice.
Yeah, I mean,
if
that
Edwards
would
doesn't
be-
win, then we're in a weird spot.
then we're kind of in pickle because then it's like, really who? Like I'd be rooting for, Luke A or Wonder Boy.
Yeah, I would assume Luke A would be the next one up then if Edwards doesn't win. But and who knows? Luke A his best plan might just be to sit out right now, and wait.
Wasn't he
Edwards
the?
loses,
I'm pretty sure he was the. He was
the backup.
wasn't
Yeah,
he?
yeah. He missed weight as the backup fighter this last weekend, but I think he was just like, fuck it. I'm not gonna cut anymore.
He's like, we're not gonna get it.
Yeah, so maybe Luke's best plan would just be to wait then, yeah. Because if Edwards loses, he could probably just slip right into the next title shot, honestly.
I mean, this is one of the things why one of the reasons I got Adesanya. It's because usually after his fight, he makes another fight for himself.
Right, I'll call someone out.
And I feel like if I was Usman in that situation, I would have called somebody out. Like I would have called out.
He should have done the Hazmat thing.
He should have done that. He should have done that.
Not to like get it next, but like just start building that. Because like Hazmat wants to fight so frequently too that it's not impossible that Hazmat could work his way to a title shot next year, like late next year.
No, for sure. And I know that I think with Usman, I think during the fight week, he was kind of talking about how you might, retire kind of soon or something like that.
Yeah, a lot of people keep
So
asking him those questions. I don't know.
yeah,
It
I
doesn't seem like he's the one constantly bringing it up, which is
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah.
I get really
But
annoyed when guys like immediately start talking
no,
about
I know, I
retirement.
know,
It's
I
like, all right, come on,
know,
man, you just got here.
I know, I know. Well, it's just like one of those things. Like if I was him, I would have called out probably Luke or Wonder Boy because those are
Yeah,
two
just to hype
guys.
those up
Those are two guys he hasn't really messed with. Two guys that he probably has on paper a good chance of beating.
for sure.
If anything, having a nice little more of a padding of your record before you fight a guy like Chimaev, who is probably gonna really kind of bring it. Give him a little more time. Not to be shit talking Luke or Wonder Boy by any means. Two of the toughest guys in that division. But on paper, I'd say Usman beats them. Pretty well. I would
Yeah,
have to say.
yeah, you would think the
Yeah.
wrestling advantage there on both of
Mhm.
them. Yeah, you would think he ends up winning that. Yeah,
Mhm.
and then let's switch over to Colby now. What do we want to see next for him? I think, like we were just saying, I think clearly now the number 2 best welterweight in the world.
I think Colby needs to get that Masvidal fight.
Yeah, somehow.
I mean, if
Somehow,
I
some way.
was,
It's a
yeah,
shame. It's almost a shame that
yeah,
Edwards Masvidal is happening now.
yeah, I know. Because whether or not Masvidal wins or loses that, if I was Colby, I would be trying to get that fight with Masvidal. If anything, just for a nice payday.
Yeah, yeah. I think
But
win or lose for Masvidal
yeah,
the
yeah,
next month, we could do the Colby fight after, and
yeah.
that'd be fucking huge on both sides, you know.
If that was me, that's who I'd be going for. Now, does Masvidal necessarily want to do that? Who
I
knows?
wouldn't if I was him, but who knows?
Who
Yeah,
knows?
who knows? Maybe he knows something we don't with Colby. Maybe he knows how to beat him. Who knows? I mean, they
Yeah,
did live
yeah, yeah.
together for like 15 years or whatever the fuck.
No, definitely. They were the bestest of friends, and now they're not.
Yeah.
So,
If I'm Colby, maybe I
uh-huh.
call out Hosma, you know?
Yeah,
Trying to get
that's
like a
true.
main event on
Yeah.
ESPN with it. Like, if you're confident in your Colby that you could beat him, you know,
Look,
go for it.
if any of these guys in the welterweight division are smart, they would be calling out Chimaev.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
like,
maybe.
no,
Maybe if
I
you're
mean,
like a striker with bad takedown defense,
you
you
know,
won't, but
yeah, but it's just like, it's like, I
that's
feel like
like
if
the biggest fight you can get right now, right?
I feel like if I was in that position, I would want to be the guy to derail the hype train, take
Sure.
that hype, and then go on up with it.
Yeah.
Because right now he's the one guy in that division that looks like if you beat him, there's a good chance you'd probably get that title shot.
Yeah. Because your name will be so high after
Yeah.
that, right? Yeah.
Because you got to think, on that card, who was everybody talking about the most? I'm pretty sure it was Chimaev.
Yeah,
Glover,
definitely.
Glover won. All those other guys won, but I think the biggest name people were talking about after that fight was Chimaev.
Yeah, I know Dana White was saying some
Yeah,
stats of Chimaev's views numbers
yeah,
on
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
social media and stuff, and they were just like off the chart. So yeah,
No, definitely.
I don't really understand why, but like
Mhm.
it's just I don't know. This guy's just capturing the MMA
Hey,
audience right now.
hey, man, he's like it's like when Khabib left, he like released Evil Boo, and that's like Evil Boo, and it's just like the Smash version
Chimaev
of
is evil,
Khabib.
boo. Oh
He's
my
just
god,
like smash, 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 and it's like this is great.
has
This is
even
great.
more broken English than Habib.
This is great. Let's get it going. Uh,
All right, cool. Well, let's
uh-huh.
move on to our co-main event.
Mhm.
Was Rose Namajunas defeating Weili Zhang by unanimous decision. Oh no, split decision. Excuse me.
That's what decision. Yeah,
Yeah, split decision.
that was a good fight.
Good
That was a
fight.
good
Yeah,
fight.
let's go. Let's go, Rose. Thug Rose.
Yeah, Thug Rose.
Love
There
it.
you
Love
go,
it. Yeah.
boy. I know. I need to buy myself some MMA
Yeah, you
shirts.
gotta
I
get
don't
some
have any.
t-shirts, man.
I know. I don't have any, man. I need to get some.
Yeah, great fight though. I thought.
Yeah.
Very close fight, especially
Mhm.
compared to the first one.
Yeah.
I think I gave Rose the second, the fourth, and the fifth.
Hmm.
And she really
Yeah.
won it with her grappling at the end there.
Yeah.
You know, she got the big takedown on the fourth and the fifth, and landed some nasty
Definitely.
ground and pound. So really solidified her win there.
Mhm. Yeah. No, I'd probably agree with you on that. It was a good fight, man. Wei Lee, so strong. Like what a
Very strong. Yeah.
strong woman. I mean, like Rose could barely hold her down. Like
Yeah.
you could just see the struggle of that, whole
I hope she
exchange.
sticks with the Cejudo camp. You know,
Yeah.
turned out well for her, I think, this camp. And then if she can really get her wrestling down with how strong she is, just combine that with really good wrestling,
Yeah.
she should be a killer down there. I mean, she already is probably the second best strawweight right now, but
oh yeah, definitely.
She could get that wrestling together. She'd really be something.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm happy for Rose. You know, she looked good. It was a good fight. She did a good job. She did what she needed to do to get that win.
Yeah.
You know, really showing that, that first fight wasn't just a fluke. So I want to say, maybe correct me if I'm wrong on this one. Wasn't she the underdog going into this?
Yeah,
fight?
she was the underdog going into this one and the first one.
Yeah. So it's just like one of those things where you can tell like people weren't really believing in her that much going into this fight. They probably thought the first one was kind of a bit of a fluke. Just getting
Which
that
is weird to me
right
because it's like she really hasn't, like, she lost to Andrade, but that was like a freak accident almost with the KO slam. And
no,
other than that, Rose has looked like almost flawless for a while now.
It's just she doesn't have that presence, like that champion presence.
You don't think so?
It's just like, I feel like she could get that, but I feel like she just seems like
it's not like that killer like Nunes and Shevchenko are.
Yeah. It's not like that same look. It's like she comes in, you kind of look at her, and you're like, yeah, you kind of look like you shouldn't be here. You kind of look like you're not quite up here, but she is, which is what's awesome.
It doesn't come off as a fighter, right?
Doesn't come off as it too much, and it's no disrespect to her whatsoever. She's the best in the world. What are you gonna say?
Right,
she does, but I mean, I get why people would probably be kind of doubting her a little bit, especially with Weili, because she's been so dominant and has looked crazy in almost every one of her fights. I mean, even this fight, she looked great. Split decision, close fight.
Yeah, much like Kobe, I think she really solidified herself as the second best strawweight down there, right? Because I mean, she had a good title run, but that crazy Andrade I don't know, Jacek fight. She took the belt off Andrade with a quick TKO. But both of those were kind of just like, we still got to see, because the TKO over Andrade was just like, okay, you caught her, good on you. And then the Jacek fight was just a crazy war. So it was like, okay, Jacek could have won that fight as well. But yeah, I think now she really solidifies herself as that number 2 spot. But
yeah, definitely.
It's going to be hard to get back up there now for Weili.
She's gonna have to have a couple fights. I mean, honestly, because in that division, I mean, some of those top girls are looking pretty good. Like Mariana, looking good.
Yeah, Rodriguez looking very good lately.
Joanna's
still out there.
I know they're gonna want to do Mackenzie Dern whenever they can.
Definitely. They do
feel like they got a chance to put her in
out there. Yeah. Maybe that'll be next for Weili. Could see something like that. I'd love the Andrade, or no, not Andrade, Joanna rematch. That fight was just fucking insane.
I know Carla Esparza was saying she was gonna like wait for the title shot, but I don't see that working out for her.
I think she could get it now with Rose winning, right?
I
mean, she has the win over Rose, so from 6 years ago or whatever. So at least that's on her side. But Marina Rodriguez does seem to have the juice right now.
Yeah. That's the one. If I was gonna put my money on it, she might be that next one.
Marina. Yeah, I could see that. That'd be a really good. I mean, both of those would be really good, like co-main events on like a big card or something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
100%.
And then for Rose, we were just saying so Marina or Carla for sure. I mean, they should almost fight. I know Rose isn't the most frequent fighter, so maybe or no, I know Carla and Marina Rodriguez had fought already, and Carla beat her by split decision. That's why Carla really does have the claim.
I mean, I am surprised that they had this fight so soon. To be honest, this rematch, because honestly, it wasn't.
Yeah, maybe they should have just went with Carla. Gave Weili a little bit more time. It probably wasn't the smartest idea on Weili's end to take the rematch so quickly. Could have used like a good year at that Cejudo camp.
My buddy in China right now, he sent me an article about.
Are you friends with this guy too? Daniel talks about him frequently.
Yeah. I'm friends with this guy. Yeah, he's in China, and he sent me a picture of like an article about how I guess they're feeling like she got robbed.
Really?
Yeah. I was like looking at it. I'm like, I don't know if she got robbed.
I would love to read some Chinese articles.
But sure, why not? I wouldn't call that a robbing. But maybe
all of China thinks she got robbed.
They
weren't even allowed to watch the fight. They just, she was robbed.
She got robbed. She won the fight, but she was in America, and they hate us Chinese, so they just gave Rose the win. It's like okay, all right, sounds good.
All right, cool. Let's move on to our next fight. Marlon Chito Vera defeated Frankie Edgar by KO front kick in the 3rd round. This one, Sloan, broke my fucking heart. Frankie, man, he's looking so good too. I don't know if he was winning. It was a very close fight, but I thought he was edging it out with the grappling. And
I felt like
got caught with a nasty front kick in the 3rd.
No, I was definitely giving Marlon the. I feel like he was winning the fight mostly. It was a close fight for a little bit because it was like Frankie.
I had it. Yeah, I mean, in the 3rd, I gave Frankie round 1, then I gave Marlon round 2. So you know, it was close. It was a good fight while it lasted, but man,
definitely
beautiful front kick by Chito Vera, right up the middle. He was throwing it to the body throughout the night.
Yeah.
And then threw one up to the.
Sorry, in that 3rd round, he was definitely, because I think he had tried it like once or twice before.
Did he try it to the chin before?
Yeah, trying to get that front kick up. I think he felt like he had that in that round.
Front kicks are just nasty, man.
Oh, dude.
Every time they land like that.
Well, now, man, because now you got to think like Edgar's had 2 bad knockouts now.
Yeah, in a row.
Yeah, in a row, which I just can't be good.
This one's bad too. I don't like seeing guys get knocked out, and then you know they obviously get knocked out, and then they start arguing that they didn't get knocked out, and I'm just like, oh no, Frankie.
I know, that's like,
it's like, nah, you were out, bud. I'm sorry.
It seems, man, because I like Frankie. You know, Frankie's a great fighter. He's fun to watch, but you know. At some point, you gotta start thinking, you know, am I just gonna start being a gatekeeper now? You know, like what's the next move? Because you know, he's lost 2 in a row now against guys that I think are below him, so he's definitely gonna go down in the rankings. I don't think
Sandhagen was at the time, but
was he not? I thought he was like. I thought he was like 6 or 7.
Yeah, it could have been something like that. Sure.
Can't remember.
But yeah, now Chito was like 11. I think Frankie was like
coming
into this. So yeah, it's unfortunate too, especially with the whole resurgence he was having down at bantamweight. Well, not really a resurgence, but he had the win over Pedro Munoz last year, which was a great fight, and then hasn't been able to pick up another win down there since. So
it just like he's a grown man. He doesn't want to. He wants to fight 5-10 more times. You fight 5 or 10 more times, Frankie. You go for it, buddy.
At least, like, but the only caveat is that these are like top ranked opponents, you know.
No, definitely. I mean, like he's in the top of the heap. You gotta give that to him. You know, I'd probably say a little bit more of that. Like, if he starts losing to unranked guys, I would say that's when maybe it's like, okay, maybe now Frankie, we might want to consider retiring a little bit.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there. It's just also it's just like, I don't know, what are you gonna do now? You know, because clearly like a title shot at bantamweight is so far away right now.
I mean, it could happen with a couple good wins, but it's got to be at least, I would have to say, like a minimum of 3.
It's like you just got to fight such savages up there. I almost feel like he had a better shot at featherweight. You know.
Yeah, I mean that bantamweight division right now looks
just insane. On fire. You know.
Yeah, like it looks insane. Especially just the top 5. I'm like, absurd.
Let's switch over to Chito then. What do we want to see next for him? Obviously, probably the biggest win of his career.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I'm trying to think, because I know he dropped the one to Aldo last year, so that would have been it. But
it's hard to say with Chito because Chito's such a back and forth fighter. Like he'll win some, he'll lose some, he'll win some, he'll lose some.
Yeah.
So
it's every time. Normally, this is the fight where Chito will lose, right? He'll get up there, he'll face a named opponent, a high-ranked opponent, and then he'll drop one. But he was able to overcome Frankie Edgar now, so he'll be in the top 10 finally, which I believe this will be the first time he's ranked in the top 10. So good for him.
Oh, definitely. But like, who should he fight? I don't know. Like a Pedro Munoz.
Yeah, Munoz would be good. I know Munoz has a fight coming up. I can't remember if it's who, but that could be good.
I mean,
he'll always be linked to O'Malley. You know, like that'll.
No, I know. I mean,
Chito will be the one guy where O'Malley will consistently call you out. You know, as O'Malley gets ranked higher and higher and picks up more wins, like Chito will always have that in his back pocket.
Yeah, definitely. I would say for Chito, Song Yadong wins next week.
Oh yeah, Song Yadong is fighting, right?
Yeah, he fights next week, so
He
I say
bats up
if
there.
you
They had a fight, yeah.
yeah,
They fought a couple of years back at like a
yeah,
catch weight at 140. I think
right,
that was a really close fight. I remember
yeah.
a lot of
I
people
would
think he
say
should have won
I would
that.
say maybe trying that fight
Yeah,
out.
that'd be a good one to get back for Cheeto too,
Yeah,
right?
no, definitely.
Let me look here. So you got like Marlon Moraes out there still. I don't know if Marlon Moraes wants to take that. He's on like a 4-fight losing streak, but
Ooh, I mean, is Marlon Rise even gonna fight again at this point?
yeah, that's a good point. Marlon
You
Moraes might
know,
not even be in the organization.
you know what kills me with Marlon is like all of those fights he was doing so well in, and just something happened and out.
Yeah, all of them. You're
And
right.
yeah, it's not like he was doing bad like in any of those fights. It was like I was honestly I felt like the first round he was always doing really well, and then
Yeah,
just
no, he
something would
normally wins the
happen.
first round, right?
Yeah,
What was the last fight? Oh, against Murab.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
he
you're
was
right. You're
doing
right.
and he
Even
was doing
Sandhagen, he
well.
just got caught with that
Yeah,
wheel kick. Yeah,
yeah.
and Marlon Moraes,
Yeah.
man, it's crazy the
It's
downfall of
it's
Marlon Moraes.
I know because it's not like he's doing bad. It's just
Nah, he's so good too.
he keeps getting caught. Like I feel like that's just like what he just keeps getting caught.
Yeah,
And it's like, what are you gonna do? I like Marlon a lot, and it does stink that he's been just kind of losing, over and over again.
right
But
here, that's who Pedro Munoz was fighting. It's Dominic Cruz on the next pay per view.
oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's
so
right.
maybe winner of that for Cheeto could be
Yeah,
a good one.
could be.
Dominic's
Yeah,
11, Pedro Munoz is ranked 9.
I
So
mean, I mean, if I was Cheetah, I'd want to fight Dominic just based off of
name value, right? Try to get a
name,
main event in there.
X,
That'd be good. I think it's about time Cheeto Vera
yeah,
headlines a card too. So
be nice. I know Dominic's been on the prelims lately, so I
yeah,
don't
he is
know.
again next month. So
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. There's some things up there,
yeah,
but
like
I
we
don't
said,
know.
bantamweight's on fucking fire right now. So
Yeah,
really, you can pick anyone.
hmm you
Uh,
got Rob Font.
yeah, Rob Font fighting Jose Aldo next month,
Yeah,
and something like
I
that.
mean,
A
I
lot
mean,
of
he
names
could,
out there for Marlon Vera.
not definitely, but
All right, next up, Shane Burgos
yeah.
defeated Billy Quarantillo by unanimous decision. We were talking about this right before the show. How this fight was,
Yeah.
it was such a good fight, but
Mhm.
coming after Chandler Gaethje really fucked it.
I know. I felt so bad for him. That fight was an amazing fight, a banger of a fight, and it came after the
Fight of the
Gaethje
night,
Chandler
any other card,
fight.
you know,
Yeah,
it really
I know.
was.
I know. If that card had been the first fight on the card, people would have definitely appreciated it more, I
Yeah.
feel, than
It's funny how
than what
much
it
like
got.
placement of fights on the card matters. You know?
Yeah, no, definitely, because like that was like just a good fight, man. Talk about some tough guys, man. That Billy,
Yeah,
tough
Billy
guy.
Quarantillo, man, Billy Q.
Ooh,
Yeah,
ooh,
tough chin. Got dropped like
tough.
twice at the end of
I
that first
know,
round. You know,
I
got
know.
dropped and he popped right back up. Got dropped
Mhm.
again. It was crazy.
Just, man, some tough fellas, man. That
Such
was,
good boxing by Shane
yeah,
Burgos too. Like that
mhm,
guy has such impressive hands and his speed is
yep,
so good.
no, definitely. And that was just a fun fight. Like that was just a good fun fight. Some big featherweights, big looking featherweights,
Yeah, good
and
matchmaking
just
there.
yeah, no, definitely. Um, yeah, all in all, I mean, Shane definitely won that fight,
Yeah,
but
thought so too for sure.
mhm. I mean, Billy had some success. He did all right.
Yeah, Billy
He
Quarantillo's
wasn't.
still young, so you know,
Yeah,
been in the UFC a minute now. I think like 3 years. I think he was on that
yeah,
first Dana White Tuesday Night Contender Series
hmm
season. So you know,
yeah.
he's still got a while. A lot of up value for him too, because
Oh yeah, definitely.
a fight like this will just get your name out there
Mm-hmm.
more and more. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But for Shane
100.
Burgos next, what do we want to see? I was thinking we were talking about him last week. Bryce Mitchell, be a good one.
That would be a good one.
Yeah,
That'd be a good one. I mean, I just want to
both
see.
ranked
I just want to
opponents.
see. I just want to see Bryce back.
Yeah, I do
I
too.
mean,
I think I read something that he said early next year. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that'd be good.
maybe
That'd
on
be
the
nice.
January pay per view or something.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be nice. I'd like to see him back.
I suppose that'd be too
It's
soon
been
for Burgos, but
it's been a minute. Hopefully, he's got those camo shorts.
and I want my camo shorts.
Camo shorts.
There's also guys like you know he just lost to Edson Barbosa, but he's out there.
Mhm.
I know Dan
Yeah.
Ige, Josh Emmett are fighting next month too, so a lot of stuff.
I
out there
mean,
for
I mean,
Burgos.
he just had what was it, Violent Bob Ross or Alex Kerr, however you say his last name.
Oh, Bruce Leroy.
Yeah, Bruce Lee,
Violent Bob Ross just
yeah,
cut.
I'm sorry,
No,
I
you're
messed
good.
that up. But I mean, he just won.
Yeah, he just had a big one. He's
So
ranked now too as well, so
yeah,
that'd be a really good fight.
they're both as of right now the 14th and 15th guy.
Yeah, yeah, that could be a
So
good one
I mean, they've both kind of fought kind of close to each other. That could be a fun one. All in all,
for sure.
I must say.
All right, let's move on to the fight we really want to talk about. Justin Gaethje
Ah,
defeated
yeah.
Michael Chandler by unanimous decision in a fucking 3-round war.
Oh,
So this is
oh
the
my god,
definition of war.
that fight was amazing. I mean, that fight was just like
What a crazy fight.
That was a hell of a fight.
Respect to Michael Chandler, you know. I think a lot of fans are giving him a lot of shit coming over from Bellator, you know, me included.
Definitely.
You know,
Yeah.
I think we all like to think that the Bellator caliber fighter is not as good as the highest caliber over in UFC. We always like it when guys come over and prove that to us. But man, is he a fucking dog. Just that second round when he's just, or I think it's the third round where he's like taunting Gaethje to come in after he's been dropped multiple times. I'm just oh my god, this guy's insane.
That fight was wild. Like that whole fight, just all the exchanges, the boxing, the slight wrestling exchanges they had, just all of it. Because my lord, man.
With Chandler too, it was really impressive how he came out in the first. It seemed like he was so much faster than Gaethje in the first round because he definitely won the first. I thought.
Chandler seems like he is a good first round guy.
Yeah.
Like his first rounds always seems to be in his favor. He always seems to come out really aggressive.
Yeah, you're right. All of them now, right? Like obviously the Hooker fight, and then last time with Charles Oliveira, he knocked him down on the first multiple times too. Yeah. Crazy.
I feel like for him, probably as the fight goes on more, it's probably less in his favor.
Yeah.
You know.
Which is weird because it's not like he has bad conditioning. Like
not
he
at all.
Kept the output come the third round, you know?
Oh, definitely. No, his cardio is definitely there. It's just like, I don't know. Honestly, you got to think about Gaethje's his leg kicks.
Yeah.
Like, he was just tearing that.
No, that's what really ended up winning Gaethje the fight, I think. From that third round when Gaethje really had his timing down and Gaethje was landing his counters and, you know, it just seemed like Gaethje was making reads the whole time. Yeah. But yeah, that third round, the leg kicks paid off, you know?
Man, because Gaethje's so good with those low leg kicks.
Yeah.
They're quick, come out of nowhere.
Always at the end of a combination, you know? Always disguises them by the punch. It's beautiful to watch.
Yeah, definitely. He just looked good. I mean, they both looked really good. I mean, that fight, I feel like both their stocks went up in that fight.
For
you
sure.
know, that was just a hell of a war. Lived up to all the hype.
Everything we thought it would be.
And man, that fight was just too good. Just too good.
So Justin Gaethje now, big win here. Seems like he's in line for the title shot next.
Hey man, title shot or we riot.
Title shot or we riot. I'm down for it. Who cares?
There
you know
go,
what I mean?
buddy.
Oh, dude, if Dustin Poirier wins next month and I get Dustin Poirier versus Justin Gaethje 2 for a belt, that's like the best fight ever.
That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing.
I want that real bad. Or Charles Oliveira. That'll be a great fight too.
No, definitely. I mean, for Gaethje, I don't know. I would say a title shot.
I would too. I think you do it. Especially after a fight like that, like who's not gonna buy that, you know?
No, definitely. Man, people like Gaethje.
Who does?
Like he's just
constantly put on wars like this, you know?
I mean, almost pretty much every one of his fights are fun fights. Like they are fun fights.
All of them. I mean, arguably the most entertaining guy in MMA.
Yeah.
You know,
like I really can't think of a boring fight that he's been in.
Nah, there's rarely a boring second in his fights.
Like even the fight with Khabib, and even though Khabib got him out and was like the second round or whatever.
That was a great fight, though.
That was a great fight.
Gaethje was for as long as it lasted. People don't remember that, you know? Like, Gaethje was landing some nasty shots.
I mean, Khabib was even saying he was hating the leg kicks. Just like in the one round, already fucked his leg up.
Yeah, I think Khabib said that was his hardest fight.
Yeah, it was a tough fight.
It only lasted 2 rounds. I mean, you're in for it if you're fighting Justin Gaethje. You know, and good fucking
100%. Win or lose, you're not coming out of that fight.
I got pointed out the uppercut in the second round over Chandler. Where he landed that beautiful uppercut that he caved out with that nasty shot. I thought Chandler was done.
I did too. I thought he was out.
Yeah.
But man, that was just, I love that fight. Like that fight was just, it was out of this world. It was fantastic.
What are we thinking next for Michael Chandler then? A lot of options in that lightweight division.
I mean, there's a ton of options. I mean, Chandler, I feel like he can kind of just, probably fight whoever he wants.
He called out McGregor today. something like
Oh,
that.
did he?
It's yeah, for 2022. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, their
Yeah.
timelines would match. I think
Yeah.
kinda.
Aren't even gonna fight again. That's
That's a good
another.
point. That's a good point.
That's another guy where I'm like, is he really gonna fight again? I
Yeah,
mean,
well, I guess we'll see with that.
yeah. I mean, I feel like he's just been going off the deep end, like hardcore lately.
If not McGregor, I like RDA would be good. I mean, there's so many. You could just name anyone in that top 15 at lightweight against Michael Chandler.
RDA would be
That's a
great.
good fight.
I'd love to see Tony.
Tony would be really good too. Yeah.
When we're gonna see Tony again. Yeah, him. RDA is a fantastic fight. I would love to see. I'd love to see the Conor fight. Like that would be a.
I mean, that'd be a
fun
war,
fight.
right?
Oh yeah.
For as long as that would last.
I hope Conor keeps fighting. I like to watch Conor fight. Like he's a fun fighter to watch.
Right.
But Conor being Conor, it's like I don't know. Is he gonna do it? I feel like he would do better off going over to boxing at this point.
Yeah, maybe. He also might want to come back and fight at welterweight too. So
yeah,
it's possible. Impossible to tell with McGregor, but that'd be an amazing fight.
I mean, if I was Chandler, I'd be maybe trying to get that Islam fight.
Would you? It's like I don't know, man. If I'm Chandler, it's like you just had 2 losses in a row now. You kind of need to win.
I know, but if he's wanting like a try to get that title shot back quicker,
yeah,
Islam
would be the way.
Islam would be the man.
Yeah,
because you're not really gonna get that off a hooker, not at this point.
No, you couldn't have a rematch that quickly either.
Darush. I mean, we haven't heard too much from
out
him.
there. That's a good point.
He's out there.
Darush is like number 3 too.
Yeah,
I feel like if Gaethje does get the title shot though, then we'll do Islam Darush.
Yeah.
So that will kind of leave Chandler out anyways. Chandler needs a break too. I think this year's been crazy for him.
I mean, RDA would be a good fight.
Yeah, I think RDA come back with that matchup in like May, June.
Yeah, I mean, because he hasn't fought in a while either. I mean, he was supposed to fight Islam. That didn't happen.
His last fight was Paul Felder, and that was like last October. Not even 2 months ago, October. Like a whole year now, like 14 months. So
it's been a minute. I mean, that would probably be a good fight for Chandler. RDA, probably just like stylistically.
Yeah, I think so too. Not a guy with like the biggest knockout power, so his chin could get a little break because man, that guy ever since he signed in UFC, this year's been insane for him.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I mean, if I'm Chandler, I'm definitely he needs to like take a little bit of a break.
Yeah,
so that was a heck of a fight. I'm sure he is feeling it today. I'm sure he was feeling it yesterday.
Oh yeah,
and like
he might have fun screaming in there, telling Gaethje to fucking hit him, but he's got to be regretting it now.
Regretting it now. He's like, ooh, I should have said that so many times.
Bit too much taunting.
But yeah, man, I like both those guys. They're a lot of fun to watch fight, and Chandler's looking good. He's looking good in this top of the heap lightweight division.
It's nice to see that he like really is top caliber,
Yeah, definitely.
He's obviously not the best in the division, but he's definitely up there. Which is good to see a guy from Bellator.
Because look, I would like to see him and Dustin Poirier fight.
Yeah, at some point, I'd love that fight, right?
Like that fight would probably be awesome.
Yeah,
such awesome.
Good old American Top Team versus Black Zillions rivalry.
Yeah, right there. That'd be good. See, that'd be a fun one. You got Oliveira. I feel so bad for Oliveira because he's the champ.
He's almost getting overlooked too. Like he finished Chandler. Gaethje couldn't even do that. Yeah. Gaethje's like the hardest hitter in the division.
Yeah. It's wild. And Oliveira, I mean, there's a good chance he could be champ for a minute.
Yeah, he could if he beats Poirier, and then he might very well beat Gaethje too. Those are the two he has to get past, and then I'll be like, okay, well, actually definitely. Islam's there too. It's just a hard division, man.
The whole division is just amazing. It's
it really is. Lightweight has been the best division for years, and it continues to be.
Yeah, it's exciting because most of those guys. I want to watch most of those guys fight. Like I like most of them. I don't really want to see any of them lose because I like most of them. And I'm like, oof, it's a tough division.
For sure.
It's a fun one.
All right, let's move on to the prelims now. Alex Pereira defeated Andres Michaelias by TKO flying knee in round 2. Beautiful, Sloan. These prelims we're gonna talk about, they're all crazy KOs.
Dude, the prelims were insane.
Yeah, I feel like this was This
Yeah.
card is definitely one of those where, like, if you watch those prelims, you were forced to go and buy the pay-per-view after because you
Oh
would have just wanted that to keep
yeah.
going, you know?
I'm happy that Alex won strictly because of the Adesanya thing.
Yeah, I think
Him and
we're all very
Adesanya.
hyped on that
Yeah.
Adesanya idea, right?
Yeah, because man, he looked big.
Yeah,
He
he's
looked
a big
he
old
looked
middleweight, right?
big.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember I was
shredded
looking
too.
at him. I was like, Jesus Christ, you're a middleweight?
Yeah,
You look like you need to be in the light heavyweight division.
I think
Like
he
you
won a couple
like
belts in Glory
yeah,
at heavier
yeah.
divisions. Like, I think
Yeah, yeah.
185 is like the lowest he goes.
I think he was that light heavyweight. I think he was the champ in that at one point or something.
Yeah, I can't remember what weight
Yeah.
um kickboxers fight at. I know
Mhm.
it's different than MMA, so but yeah, he
He
definitely fights everywhere.
Like he looked good. He showed that his takedown defense is not bad. You
No,
know.
a little bit of trouble in the first round,
Yeah.
but you
Yeah.
know, he's at least improving there, right?
Yeah, definitely.
He's a little
And
bit older, which is wortherrisome. He's 34,
right,
and I don't know how many
for
times
sure.
this guy's been knocked out in kickboxing, but you
Right,
know,
right, right. No, definitely. Be interested to see how he does, going forward, moving forward. But
yeah,
that fight he looked good. And that knee, oh,
a beautiful flying knee.
that was beautiful.
Yeah, it was like a
And
switch too, which we don't normally
oh,
see. Yeah,
oh man, and Buzzy's so tall. I mean, it came so quick.
yeah. I love it when high-level kickboxers come
Yeah,
over and you just see the difference in like the level of
yeah,
striking there is.
no doubt.
But yeah, for him,
That
I
was
don't. You got to be real careful with the matchmaking on this guy. I hope he has a good manager because, like, I'm trying to match him up with guys that aren't wrestlers, guys that will
yeah,
just stand with him,
yeah,
guys that are a
no,
bit sheeny,
definitely,
something like
no,
that. You
definitely.
you just got to find the easiest path possible to get to that Adesanya fight if you're this guy.
I mean, luckily for him, he's in the middleweight division,
Yeah,
which there are more strikers in that division than there are wrestlers.
sure. Yeah,
Like, there's definitely some wrestlers in it, but it's definitely a striking heavy division, especially that top of the heap. Kind of put up.
no, that's a good point. There are plenty of strikers in that division. I don't know. It's just gonna be hard getting into that top 10, right? Because I feel like
Yeah.
once you're there, they'll match you up with guys that are strikers. You got like a Raya Hall at 10, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like those are the guys they'll want to match him up with. It's just getting there. You're gonna have to fight guys with really
Yeah.
good grappling.
No, definitely, 100%. And I'm not too sure. Like I'm trying to think of like unranked guys in the middleweight division. I can't think of too many right now.
Yeah, none are coming to mind that like pop out to me. I don't know. He could almost get a ranked opponent, like if you really want it. Like I'm looking at like Kevin Holland, number 14 right now. Like that'd be I'm shooting for stuff like that if I'm this guy.
Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely. They'll probably do a couple fights before they do that. See, I think he's also really early in his MMA career.
Yeah, he's only like 4-1 now. He lost
Yeah.
like his first pro fight by like rear naked choke or something like that.
Yeah.
So, but that was like way back in like 2015. His MMA record, it was like he had like 2 fights in 2015, and then he took a long ass break until last year. Then he came back, and then now it seems like he's got to fully focus on MMA now. You would think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You're 34. There's no time to be messing around in kickboxing and MMA.
Oh, definitely. I'm sure they'll probably give him, if I had to guess, probably 3 to 4 fights unranked
You,
before they
you would
before they
think.
get
I don't
into
know.
it.
It depends. It all depends on who your manager is, really. Like, there's a lot
Yeah,
of managers that'll get away with shit.
there's that, but you also have to be that like character, right? Like Chimaev managed to get to the upper ranks immediately. That
Yeah.
was because he fought back to back. He's this crazy guy. He has this persona. He really kind of like came out and just kind of like made you want to watch him. This guy is fantastic watching him fight. He looked really good, but he didn't like give that like big
He's not good on the
old
mic, right?
yeah, not that big old at the mic. Because it's 2 parts, It's 2 parts. Being a good fighter is great, but honestly, that mic time is more important than that being a good fighter time.
Especially at
Almost,
this point. Like, it almost would have been a good idea for him to call out like a Chimaev or something like that after.
Talk a little more shit about Adesanya.
Yeah. Oh, that's what he should have done. You're right.
Yeah,
Pop
like
some
really
Chimaevs
just
to get
kind of
after, yeah.
because I know he was like in some press conferences and stuff, but it's like that after the fight when you have the mic in your hand.
You really
That
gotta
is
lean into it.
that is the moment. 'Cause that's when the most eyes are going to be watching. That is the moment where you have to really be like, okay, I need to make something right here.
Tell the world like, hey, I knocked out Izzy twice. All right.
I need to get the story going. Like I need to,
For sure.
start moving the train the way I want to move it.
Yeah, because Izzy's not doing him any favors. Adesanya dead silent on this guy. He's like,
yeah. Not saying anything.
No, he's not saying shit. He's not gonna hype him up at all.
Not at all. Not at all. So so we'll see. So this guy really needs to like get in here and start like making some moves, start doing what he's got to do to get up
I
those
agree.
rankings.
Matchmaking's key for this guy for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, next fight. Bobby Green TKO'd Ally Quinta in round 1. Bobby Green, man, King Green.
Bobby Green looking
good with that pullback one too, huh?
I know he's looking so good, man. Bobby Green's just been looking good.
Yeah,
like, he's just all his past couple fights, win or lose, he has looked good.
Yeah, I know he's coming off the loss to the Raphael Fazees guy, but even in that fight, he looked great. Now like a top contender in that division. But yeah, Bob Green, biggest win in his career here, I think. Not gonna Quinta, especially at Madison Square Garden too. Ally Quinta's home crowd just silence him.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, and I see Ally Quinta, like he hasn't fought in what was like 2 or 3 years, something like that.
It's been a minute. Yeah, he fought Hogan a while ago.
Yeah, which was a while ago, and I don't know. Into the press conferences, he kind of seemed like he was like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, kind of like.
Al's been like that for years, the whole real estate thing, and it just kind of seems like he's not like super, into the whole going for a belt.
I feel like he mostly just did this because it was at MSG. It was in New York, kind of like show up a little bit more, get that name out again a little bit.
Who would have thought he gets knocked out though? Because he's had a good chin his whole career. And Bobby Green, I mean, while Bobby Green does hit hard, he doesn't have like the most vicious KO power you've ever seen.
Oh, definitely, but I mean, I don't. It's hard to get. You gotta give it to like active, like being active.
Yeah,
for sure. Like Bobby's been very active. Like, how much is Al actually training? Like, how much was he actually?
Yeah, it was a little over 2 years for Al. October 6th, 2019 was when he fought Hooker. So yeah, a while.
So there's just something to say about being like really active, because it's really like it's so rare that when you're not active and you're not really in it, that you come back and you have an amazing, fantastic performance.
Yeah, gotta get your feet under you, especially when you get knocked out in the first round like that, right?
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Yeah,
which I don't even think was really looking that bad, but I don't know. It's just like when Bobby put the hands down. Just
it was so quick. It was kind of hard to tell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bobby Green. See him continue. I don't know what Bobby Green wants. Bobby Green's getting older. He's 35 now.
I mean, I think if I was Bobby Green, I'd be trying to get fights like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Legend fights.
Guys that have headline cards before, stuff like that. Yeah, I could see that. Maybe try to get like a Jim Miller or something if you're Bobby Green. That'd be a good one.
Definitely. The exam's good. Also, you gotta think they're in lightweight too, and it's like that division is so hard to like.
No, not a shortage of names down there.
Yeah, it's hard to get that upward mobility because there's just so many just like key guys in that division. So I would like to see Bobby like try to get up there, but I don't know. I don't necessarily know if he will.
Yeah, I think 35. It's just hard, but
it's hard. I think he could, but
I mean, he is looking better than ever right now. So
I would say so. Like his hands look great. Like he seems to be able to take a punch really well. But that was a fun fight. Bobby looked good.
Bobby Green. All right, next up, Chris Curtis knocked out Phil Hawes in round 1. Bit of delayed KO here. Love me a good delayed KO. I couldn't tell if he clipped him again after the big shot, and then that's what knocked down Phil Hawes. But
I couldn't quite tell because it was just next thing
it looked like Chris Curtis landed a huge left hand, and then Phil Hawes got wobbled a little bit, and then like 2 seconds later he's just out. It was like, damn, all right, I guess that's what we're doing, bud.
That was a fun fight. I know going into it, I think Curtis was a pretty big underdog. I'm sure some people made some good.
Chris Curtis, I saw a couple years ago. He fought for WSOF or PFL now. That's what they call him.
Gotcha.
I think it was in PFL, anyways. But anyways, he fought twice in one night. He lost to a guy and then he retired. on the spot in the cage, and then 10 minutes later, the opponent for I think Ray Cooper had to pull out, and then they're like, "Hey, do you want to fight Ray Cooper in 10 minutes?" And he unretires on the spot right there, and then loses both fights. He got knocked out brutally by Ray Cooper. So it was funny for me to see him get signed by the UFC and not fight tonight. But hey, picked up a good win. Good for him.
You pick up a good one. Phil Haas, tough guy. I definitely didn't think Phil.
Yeah, Phil Haas was on a good win streak coming into this. They got on like a 4 or 5 fight win streak in the UFC.
Yeah, definitely. So. I wasn't seeing him losing that fight. So good on Chris. Looked good. You did that first round. Like he looked like a man that came out there and knew he needed that win. Like that's what that.
I think he did. I think he was coming off a loss. Like he got this fight on very short notice. So I think it was just kind of like, hey, we'll give you a shot in the UFC real quick.
Yeah, I think to me it felt like for him that was like this I need to do this. I need to get this win. That's how that first round kind of felt watching him.
Yeah,
like definitely was in there, fighting for his, job, his life. I would have to say.
But... all right, next up, Nasruddin Emrov. That's what I'm gonna go with for that name. Don't give me shit in the comments for their names, all right, people. They've been perfect until now. All right? Defeated Edmund Shabazian by TKO round 2.
Yeah, this fight
brutal crucifix here.
Yeah, it was
in the second.
I did see that. Unfortunately, I was driving in the middle of that fight. I didn't get to catch it, but I did see the crucifix.
Yeah, that's all you really needed to see because that crucifix was brutal. He was landing some brutal elbows. That was face was just a mess when he got up.
Yeah, that was super brutal. Man, I like Shabazian. I feel like he's like,
had a tough run recently.
Had a tough run.
Had a lot of hype coming in. I think he won like his first 5 UFC fights, something like that. Really looked at as like the next guy. Like, okay, maybe this guy could be the youngest champ ever. But yeah, been I think 3 losses in a row now for him. So yeah, tough run. Might not even have a job come like next week or whatever at the UFC anymore. That's typically how they go. It's like 3 losses in a row.
I'm sure they'll probably hold on to him. He's still young enough.
He's only 23, so there's a lot of upside to him still.
I don't see them doing that. I would see maybe for himself, maybe if he might look out and go like, "Oh, hey, maybe I should go, maybe try another promotion
fight
for a little bit
for a second." Yeah,
maybe
might not be a bad idea. You're only 23, right? I mean, there's not. You could come back in 5 years after just fighting, lower ranked guys, less caliber opponents, and still kill.
Yeah, that's like the thing, like because the UFC, for the most part, I mean, there's a lot of tough competition in these other promotions, for sure.
More now than ever.
Yeah, for sure. But as of right now, I mean, the UFC is definitely the top of the heap. The perception is they got the toughest fighters, they got the toughest, all the other things. And I feel like some of these younger dudes, they get into the UFC a little too early. I just don't know if maybe their skills could be there, but I think maybe mentally not quite there yet.
I think like
with
Shabazian, like there's like he is UFC caliber, but it's just like that top of the heat is so hard, and there's no gimme in the UFC. Like if you're winning fights, you're gonna fight the next guy. Like the next guy you fight will be harder than your last opponent. That's a guarantee pretty much all the time in the UFC. So it's kind of just really hard when you get up to that top of the division and you're fighting the best fighters in the world now, and then you lose a couple, and then they're not going to give you anyone that's less than your previous opponents have been.
Well, especially that top 10 in the middleweight division. I mean, that's a killer top 10.
Yeah, veterans too. There,
Yeah, they got some real tough dudes. Like I could not really see Edmund beating like Robert Whitaker.
Yeah,
or even
that's way too much right now.
Even
like Kevin Holland would be a good matchup for him. Something like that. But even that seems kind of difficult for Shabazian right now.
Yeah, like if I was Edmund, go back to the drawing board a little bit. He should. If I was him, I would try to fight an unranked guy.
Yeah.
Just,
as long as UFC don't cut him. Like I said, man, 3 losses in a row. It's it gets hard there. It gets dicey.
It's a lot. I mean, I know the last guy he fought, I think, was unranked, but which also doesn't.
But he's really good. we should probably get his name down. Sorry, this guy, but I'm sure you're watching, by the way. But he had a big win over Ian Heinisch in July last month. So, or not last month, last July. So his only loss was Phil Hawes.
Yeah.
So
Tough guy. I mean, they have like the same record.
yeah.
I mean, I said, I didn't get to catch the fight. So I'm not too sure how good he looked. But I imagine winning with the crucifix in the second round, he got to look pretty good.
Yeah, especially I mean Shabazian was like 11, so
yeah.
Upsetting for Shabazian. I'm sure Ronda Rousey's pissed. You know,
Not happy about that.
Ronda's his manager, which is weird.
That's right.
That's probably why he won't get cut. Quite honestly, is because Ronda's his fucking manager.
That's very possible. That's very possible. I don't think they'd cut him. Like, I feel like they do that more with dudes in their like 30s.
Yeah, for sure. It's just 3 in a row. You should always worry at 3 in a row
definitely.
for sure.
I agree.
And then 4 in a row, especially if it's not like 4 in a row, but one of them was like a title fight, then you're out. Most of the time, you're out. Like 80% of the time, I'd say you're out.
I mean, honestly, if I'm Edmund, if I can, try to get into one of those replacement fights, like somebody up top pulls out, try to get your name into there. Because if you don't do it that way, then he's probably going to be.
Try to do it like that, but do it with like a random guy, not like a ranked guy. You know, like maybe someone just randomly falls out of a random middleweight fight, and then you fill in there just to get your feet under you, get a win. Like I like that idea. No more ranked opponents.
Yeah, I think he just needs to fight a couple more times, a couple unranked guys. You know, get that confidence back up.
For sure.
Try to really judge where he's at, and then start making that for the top again. Like he's still a young dude. Like, he's got a lot of time.
Yeah.
You know, get up those ranks. That's for sure.
We shall see what he does. Then your main fight pass prelim. No one calls him that anymore, but whatever. Yeah. Ian Gary defeated Jordan Williams by a knockout at 4 minutes 59 seconds of the first round. Ian Gary. Next, Conor McGregor here. Talking a big game on that white kid.
Talking a big game. Yeah, I think there's only one Conor.
Yeah. I mean, you could have blonde hair and have an Irish accent all you want. That doesn't make you Conor McGregor.
Ian Gary, he needs to be him. He needs to be Ian Gary.
Yeah.
He needs to, get his own persona.
I like it. I like the shtick, try to capture that audience for sure.
Hey, and look, for his debut, great debut. Great.
Yeah, 8-0 now. So
yeah.
A little bit like he was getting. It reminded me of the Paddy Pimblett debut a little bit, where both of those guys were getting clipped in the first round, like quite a bit. Like he wasn't winning that round by any means, but then he
definitely
landed that beautiful pullback one too at the end of the first. And
I mean, he had a picturesque knockout right there at the end
for sure.
Because definitely that was a like Conor-esque knockout. I'll give it to him.
That head movement,
quick, head movement. Back in that, it looked great. And I'll be excited to see him because I think he's 8-0 now. So undefeated guy.
8-0, 23.
I mean, he came from the same promotion Conor did. If he keeps being big, I mean, he could definitely be another big Irishman that people are,
we know the Irish love getting behind their own, so I mean, at the very least, he's got that going.
So if he keeps having success, I mean, 100%.
I know he trains down at Stanford MMA, where Michael Chandler, Gilbert Burns, Vincent Luque, they all train. So good gym.
He could definitely be one of the next big things, in Ireland. I mean, you got Paddy now too.
Yeah, Paddy.
So he's gonna have a little he's gonna have a little competition, with that a little bit.
It's a good thing they're in different weight classes. Cause match them up pretty quick if they could.
Oh, definitely. Yeah,
that's somewhere in Europe. That'd be fun. Yeah, it's always a good thing to get another big Irish guy coming in here.
And I kind of feel bad for Jordan Williams a little bit. He looked devastated.
Yeah, after that.
It
must be frustrating too when you're winning the fight like that.
Just to get clipped like that. Yeah, he was definitely not happy about it.
Especially after all the hype to see Gary. Like he had a good amount of hype coming in this fight. Like I was hearing about him. I listened to a couple of interviews of his. Like he's
had a lot of hype. Talking a lot of shit. Talking about how Jordan's not even worth his time or whatever.
I know he was aiming to beat McGregor's debut of
Yeah.
I think McGregor won his debut in like 66 seconds or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, something like that.
He kept saying he was gonna do 65, but
Yeah,
didn't get
yeah.
that. But
I guess he like went out golfing that morning, did 12 rounds or something.
of the fight, really.
Yeah, just like was not giving any respect to this Jordan Williams whatsoever.
I gotta say though,
But
in the post fight
you
interview,
know,
I was just a little bit like, "All right, calm down, buddy.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, you did great, but like, all right, let's settle down with this second coming here. All right,
Yeah. Like people need to not do that kind of thing. Like
no,
they need to like it's nice to honor, like somebody that maybe like got you into the sport, got you, wanting to, do as well as you're doing. But be your own man. Like
yeah."
you gotta find your thing. Like you can't don't
Took
copy
multiple
somebody.
McGregor lines in that interview.
Yeah,
You know?
there's already enough of that. There's already enough of people out in the world trying to be Conor McGregor, trying to give those lines out, trying to do this or that. But they're not Conor. Like they're just not.
They're
Like
not Conor. There's only
you
one
gotta
Conor McGregor.
you gotta figure out your own thing, your own shtick, your own sort of, But I'll be interested to see him to keep fighting because I mean
Yeah,
that was
he was
that was a
super
fun
young, right? 23, so.
young dude. That was a super fun first fight for him. I
What
did
I
like
always
that.
want with
I did
kids
like
like
that
this is
round.
like when they're super young like this, take a while off, like just train for a while.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
you don't need to fight like there's a time and place to fight like 4 times in a year or something
Yeah.
like that. When you're
Yeah.
this young and you got this much hype around you, I would just take like 6 months off, just
Yeah.
train really really hard, and then come back, take another fight. Like I know we'd like to see guys really active, but like there's something to be said for just
Well,
training and
like,
getting better.
well, we also got to think he's in the welterweight division.
Yeah,
And one thing that he is going to have against himself in that division is wrestling.
yeah. There's a
Because
lot of wrestlers there.
that division's like the wrestling division.
And you already know when
Like,
guys come over from
yeah.
Europe, they don't have the best wrestling. Like
They
that's
don't.
that's
They
just
don't.
a given, you know.
Like we saw his stand up look great, look good. How is the wrestling?
Right.
How is the jiu-jitsu? Because Jordan
At
Williams,
23 when it
Yeah.
doesn't seem like you have any wrestling
Yep.
experience, you know.
No, definitely, and that's a tough division to be a pure striker in. Like it's just not.
sure.
It is not gonna really work out the way you want it to.
A lot of the best wrestlers
Yeah.
in MMA are in that weight class.
Yep, there's a lot of good ones. So
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more there.
yeah. So we'll see how it goes. I'll be interested to see how he does. And like all that could maybe not matter. I mean, it really could. Like he could just be
Maybe
clipping
he
these
is the
dudes.
next Conor McGregor. Who
Maybe
knows?
he is, man. Maybe he'll be pissing people off. They'll come in, start rushing him. He'll clip them. Next
Ian
thing,
Gary.
boom, boom, boom.
Apologize to absolutely nobody. That's what he
Yeah,
should have said.
yeah.
All right. Next one, Chris. Big one here. Or no, shit. Sorry, Sloan, not Chris.
No.
This guy's name is Chris. Chris Barnett defeated John Bellante by spinning wheel kick in round 2. This was the craziest knockout ever.
That was just a fight. Like, that was.
Who is this guy, Chris Barnett? Who do you think you are? You know, like what was that?
I know. He's making me feel like I can do anything. Like,
I know. I'm sitting in my room after that, throwing spinning wheel kicks.
I'm like,
he can do
jeez, man. It's like, jeez, this guy can do it. I can do it. Oh, Lord.
I just cannot. It's just the silliest looking wheel kick you'll ever see. But man, did he put him away with it,
dude? That was vicious. Like he looked good. Like I'll give it to him. Like he looked good. He looks like such a quick, athletic.
He's definitely athletic, right? Like you can
heavyweight.
tell, like,
I mean, you look
his
at
gut
him,
might not say he's athletic, but he's fucking athletic.
Yeah, like 100%. Flips, the spinning, I mean, all of it. Like he looked good. Like Chris Barnett looked good. I'm excited to see what else he'll be doing.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I think everyone is now. I think he just earned his spot on like a main card coming up or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. Because I mean, like his fight with Ben Rothwell was not the funnest.
Nah, yeah, that was
fight.
not a very memorable fight. Like I can't even tell you what really happened in that.
Yeah, not really. But I mean, that fight was just, man. That was a wild fight. And it was fun to watch. This Chris Barnett seems like a cool guy. Plus, even like a very classy and kind of giving
Vellante the spotlight, right?
Vellante the spot. Yeah, it was
just nice. It was a little sad for Vellante to get knocked out by this
Sure,
guy with
yeah,
a crazy wheel kick in your last fight. Like that
no,
sucks.
definitely.
That's gonna sting.
That's a rough retirement.
It definitely is, because that's gonna
Yeah,
go viral, and like a lot
oh,
of people are talking about that now. You know, the big
that's
fat dude landed a spinning wheel kick. Like it's
yeah.
crazy. It's
Oh,
crazy.
dude,
That'll capture the casual audience. You know what I mean?
100%. And from what I understand, Chris Barnett's done a lot. Like I think he's had some boxing fights. Like I
No,
know
yeah,
he
he's been around in MMA for a while.
yeah, you
Fought in
know,
some
yeah.
of the bigger promotions and stuff.
I,
I don't have his
I,
record pulled up, but yeah.
like I think I heard that he like wrestled Yoel Romero at one
Did
point.
he
Like,
really?
I think he's
I want to
done
see
a.
that.
I think he's done a lot. You
he's
know, kind
he's
of.
just done some wild shit. He
Yeah.
actually boxed Floyd Mayweather once. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. But he seems like a nice guy. He seems like a cool guy. I'll be interested to see how he does in the heavyweight division. Because heavyweight, the heavyweight division, it's a fun division. They can certainly use some more characters.
My question is like, can he do that again? You know what I mean? Not obviously he'll never land a spinning wheel kick and knock someone out with it again, but like, can he like, land some flashy shit on other guys like this, like on better
I mean,
heavyweights?
I feel like he would be hard pressed doing that against like a really tall guy. Because him and
Yeah.
Vate are about the same height. You know, it seemed like
Yeah, Vellante had a
it's
good amount of
kinda
height
like
on him, but yeah, I know what you mean.
it's like, would you be able to reach that up to like a guy like Francis?
Not even necessarily like a wheel
just
kick,
really
just like
tall.
I don't know. It's just like
You know.
how good is Chris Barnett? We'll have to wait and see. It's just it's very hard to tell right now. But yeah,
I feel
fun
like
guy. Definitely gonna get a big fight. His next fight, I can tell you that.
oh
much.
yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I would say so.
That front flip though,
it
looked painful.
was good, you know. You got
Right on your ass like that. You tell me that
whatever.
don't hurt? Why'd you
Right
do
on,
that?
right on. It's got a lot of cushion, you know. It probably wasn't too bad.
There was a video of him after the ceremonial weigh-ins. Chris Barnett, he was trying to tell Halle Berry that they were like next door neighbors, like 10 years ago or something, or like when he was like more than 10 years, like 20 years ago or something. And like the security wouldn't let him talk to Halle Berry. I don't know. I thought that was really funny. I was like, why don't you let him talk to her?
That's hilarious. Like, hey, remember we were neighbors about 20 years ago?
Yeah, it's like some shit, or like his dad was neighbors. I don't know. It was something weird. I don't know. This guy seems like a character, though. I definitely want to see more of him.
No, definitely.
Okay, next fight. Dustin Jacoby defeated John Allen by unanimous decision. You said you missed the first 3 prelims?
No, I saw.
Oh, you saw these ones? Okay, cool. Yeah, this was a
Yeah,
good fight.
It was
The
a good
first
one.
3 were definitely not delivering right away, but
Yeah, they weren't the most exciting fights. Like I did like the Jacoby fight. That was a good fight.
Jacoby's
Yeah,
always fun to watch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jacoby had some kickboxing experience too, and he fought Alex Pereira. Who
really?
The main prelims. Yeah, they fought like twice. I think. I think he lost both of them, but
Gotcha. His kickboxing Jacoby's look good.
Yeah,
it didn't look
definitely.
bad.
Short notice win for Dustin Jacoby too.
Yep, no, definitely.
We'll just rattle off these last 2 real quick.
Yeah.
Mearslick defeated Bruno Souza by unanimous decision. There you go. How you guys like that name pronunciation?
Something like that. Sorry, pal.
Sorry, buddy. Maybe get a shorter name. All right. But congratulations to him. He won. And then Ode Osborne defeated CJ Vergara by unanimous decision. I like those Ode Osborne. I heard he moved out of Milwaukee though, so no longer a fan. You're dead to me.
In Milwaukee? Then I don't want nothing to do with you.
If you're from Milwaukee, you get Milwaukee pronounced when Bruce Buffer's screaming your name, then I'm all in. I'm riding with you. Now you leave, move to a new gym in Vegas? Nope. Now you're dead to me.
Not into it.
Good luck with your career, Ode Osborne.
That was a good fight. It was a good back and forth.
Yeah, that one was actually a very good fight.
Ode, he was looking good. CJ was definitely kind of coming back a little bit, some of that. But, I mean, all in all, it wasn't too bad of a fight. I'll say the first 3 fights, I remember I was watching, I was like, these aren't bad fights, but it definitely was not like...
Had to set the table, right?
Yeah, it wasn't quite as exciting as I was hoping they were going to be. But, they were good fights all in all. Good wins for all these guys. Flyweight division, that's, that division's fun. It's not as, like...
I'm glad they didn't. There was a couple years ago when they were talking about
Yeah.
getting rid of the flyweight division. I'm glad that
Yeah.
never came to fruition because I mean we've gotten some really great fights in there. I mean look at the
Oh yeah,
Brandon
definitely.
Moreno Figueiredo title fights have been great. So
Yeah, definitely.
glad they never got rid of it. But yeah,
I
not the
I
not the best
I
division.
I mean, Figueiredo looks like he could be a bantamweight easily.
Yeah. Oh, he could.
You
He
know?
definitely could. I'm pretty sure he's fought at bantamweight a couple times. But yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That's it for UFC 268. Another great pay per view.
Oh
Like I
yeah,
said,
good
in the
good
top
card.
of all time, I believe.
Good card.
Yeah.
Fun card.
Can't
Good
wait.
fight.
Love it every time they come to MSG. It's great.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think I was listening. I think Dana was saying this was like the fourth highest gate MSG has had.
Something like that. Yeah, it was up
Something like
there.
that.
Yeah, which is
Which
great.
is,
Great for.
yeah.
I can't wait to see the pay per view numbers on this. We'll see how much because this is really like an Usman headline card. You know,
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
the two Masvidal pay per views did huge numbers, but I feel like that was mostly Masvidal bringing them in. So it'd be nice to see
definitely.
now after that how much Usman could bring in just by himself.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
mean, obviously Colby was selling the fight a lot too, but
I feel like Colby was like I think the nice thing for Usman is that he's had a good amount of challengers that have some eyes.
yeah,
You know.
definitely some big name fights. I think Usman
Yeah.
solidified himself as fighter of the year too now.
No, yeah.
Three big title defenses. The only other argument would be Dustin Poirier, but I kind of feel like with the way the third McGregor fight went, that you can't really give it to Dustin after that, you know.
Sure. I mean, I had to say wait for this last fight.
Yeah,
And all of
yeah,
it.
yeah.
See how
Obviously,
that goes.
that all depends if
Yeah.
Dustin Poirier beats Charles Oliveira next month, but
Yeah.
yeah, we'll have to wait and see with that. Salon, let's move into some news here. Got a bit more news.
Get into the
From
news.
last week. UFC 271 rumored to be headlined by Israel Adesanya versus Robert Whittaker 2 on February 12th.
Nice.
This makes sense. Been the fight to make for a while, right?
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, seems like we're finally
Yeah.
getting it in February. I know contracts aren't like completely signed yet, but it seems like this is the direction that they're moving into. So
I think Adesanya needs to watch out. I don't think he needs to be sleeping on Whittaker.
no, he definitely shouldn't be, especially now, right?
Yeah,
I feel like Jan Blachowicz put out a good game plan on how to beat Izzy, and maybe Whittaker can copy that a little bit, you know?
for sure. Because Whittaker, that first fight with them, I felt, like he didn't do too well against Adesanya. Adesanya just kind of caught him, pretty well.
Whittaker was so aggressive in that first fight, if you
Yeah.
remember. He was going crazy, and it was just like, all right, I think he just needs to settle down a little bit.
Yeah,
You know?
no, definitely. Especially with just the reach that Adesanya has.
Yeah, Adesanya was just clipping him with those counters. You know, Adesanya like knocked him out twice in that first fight. You know, it was the one at the end of the first. Like a lot of refs would have called it there, and then in the second, he lands that beautiful left hook.
No, definitty. Which after that fight though, Whittaker's looked great.
Yeah,
I mean, every guy he's
three
fought.
big wins. I think what are they? It's like Till, Whittaker, or no, Gaslam, and forget the other one. Whatever the last one was. Cannoneer. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Which are like three of the fights Izzy wanted for his title defenses. You know, Whittaker's taken all of those.
And Whittaker ruined all all of those.
Yeah, Whittaker ruined so many pay-per-views for Adesanya. To the point where Adesanya should be mad at Robert Whittaker now. Like, he should be going in here and just like looking to put Whittaker away for taking all that away from him.
No, 100%. So it's like, ooh, yeah, and he looked great in all those fights, and I'm excited. I like Whittaker a lot.
Yeah, I do too. I love both these guys.
Like, I like him. I like Adesanya. I like both of them.
Again, we're getting a lot of these recently, but the clear number one and number two at middleweight. You know,
yeah.
We just had the clear number one and number two at welterweight. Now we're getting it at middleweight, and it's not that often where we get the clear number one, number two guys fighting each other for the belt. Like, it happens. It happens quite a bit, but not like every title fight is that. So it's always nice to see what it is.
And 100%. And after that fight, it's kind of like what do you do? Because if Adesanya ends up winning, it was Adesanya fight because he's kind of has the same thing Usman has a little bit.
He's kind of yeah. Especially he's starting to clear out that division at middleweight.
He definitely has more guys to fight, but unfortunately, those guys keep losing right before they get that
Whittaker,
yeah, because of Whittaker, or something else. They just end up losing, and it's like, oof. That doesn't help out too much.
He almost has to like brutally injure Whitaker
Yeah.
in this fight, just to stop him from taking all of his fucking
Stop ruining my fight.
opponents. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, but yeah, that'll be fun. I'll be excited to see that fight. 'Cause I love watching both of them fight. They're a ton of fun to watch.
Yeah, can't
So,
wait. And then with this headlining the February pay per view, I think those two really good pay per views to start off the year because we'll have Ngannou Gain in January and then this right in February. So
yep,
be a
that'll be good.
great start to the year for them.
I agree.
Next piece of news, I want to get a little Bellator action in here. Sergio Pettis for fight Hori Horiguchi on December 3rd. Horiguchi was the Ryzen Bantamweight champion. He was also the Bantamweight champion over at Bellator for like a little while. They like did this cross promotion thing where like their champs fought at Bantamweight and he beat Darren Caldwell. Okay. But yeah, Horiguchi I've been watching for a while. Horiguchi fought in the UFC back in the day. He was a flyweight. He lost to DJ once, but then he beat like everyone else there. So Horiguchi's very good. And then obviously Sergio Pettis, I'm a huge fan of being from Milwaukee. Love watching him fight. I love that he's the bantamweight champ over in Bellator now. So
yeah, no, it's cool that he is. Yeah, I'll be interested to see how he does because it's cool that the Pettis they seem to have found some success. You know,
Sergio did. Anthony dropped a couple in PFL, but yeah, it's nice to see Sergio getting paid and up at top of the division.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll ever come back to the UFC.
He's young enough, right? I think he's only like 28, so
I think he was for like a little bit, and then he went over to Bellator.
Sergio was in the UFC for a while, like 5-6 years, honestly.
Yeah. And it seems like he's found more success over at Bellator.
Yeah, over in Bellator now. Yeah, it seems he really grew into the bantamweight division now. Every time he was kind of going back and forth in the UFC between flyweight and bantamweight, and I know his last fight in the UFC was Rob Font, and he dropped one. So I mean Rob Font's Rob Font, so no shame there, but
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, good fight. Can't wait to see it. And then I wanted to throw this in here because we got to talk about it. Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury is set for December 18th. Bum, bum, bum. Tommy Fury coming at you. You know, I hope Jake wins this one, you know? Just to stick it to the boxing community. Like, okay, here's your high-level boxer. You guys lose too, okay?
Yeah. Like, here you go. That is...
How do you feel about this whole Jake Paul thing? Are you into it at all?
Well, it's fun.
It's fun.
Sure.
Yeah. I've come around on it. You know, like the Woodley thing was fun. You know, I had more fun with that one than the Askren one. But,
yeah, no, definitely. It's I mean, good on Jake. You know, he figured it out. He figured out a way.
What he does, I have to give the man credit. Like, say what you want about the Woodley fight, whether you think he won that or not, but like. He stood with Tyron Woodley and threw hands for 8 rounds or whatever. You know, like that's pretty impressive. That's a scary thing to do with a guy with that little experience.
I find it so hard to see that he won that fight.
Yeah.
Because I remember watching the fight, and there's at no point was I sitting there like Jake's winning this fight.
No, it was never really like that. You could give Jake the rounds just on output. Like I feel like Woodley just was. Woodley was doing the typical back up and not throw enough.
Yeah,
you know.
No, definitely.
And I think Jake was just able to edge out a few rounds there, but I don't know. I'm not the boxing guy. I don't really score it when I watch it either.
I don't know. Like I feel like if I was in the boxing community, I'd be kind of irritated being on the undercard for this guy.
Yeah. Oh, you should be.
Like I would just I don't know.
I think Clarissa Shields was saying like she'd never box. Who's like the best woman boxer out there? She'd never box under Jake Paul. You know what I mean? Because that's just disrespectful.
Well, yeah, I feel that, but I mean, in a sense, Clarissa kind of didn't she kind of do that? And was it what promotion is she in again?
I don't know. Well, she's in PFL when she does MMA.
PFL, yeah. I feel like they had made her the main fight in that when they had like a fight on that card with 2 MMA girls that have been around for way longer than her.
Yeah,
so I think in a sense she's kind of done that.
Sure. Yeah, a little hypocritical.
Just because she's a boxer coming over to MMA, she's got that. In a way, she's doing it a little bit. Now, not to like. At least she actually has a martial arts background behind her.
Sure.
You know, you're not some YouTuber coming into the boxing world talking a bunch of shit, getting these big money fights. You know, gonna go on.
Yeah, with Jake though, I don't. I kind of hope he wins. Like just to
just,
shut the boxing
just to,
community up. Like,
just to
okay,
shove it to him.
like Tyron Woodley's not that bad, all right, guys. Because I feel like the whole this created a real stigma around MMA fighters and how good their striking is. You know, like well, they're not even good enough to beat Jake Paul in boxing. Well, it's like, I mean, it's completely different. You know,
I mean, I would only really agree with that if he fought somebody in MMA that was a pure striker. I mean, both Ben and Woodley
that's
were
known to be
wrestlers
a good striker.
that you know now Woodley, his hands did get better, but it wasn't like
he always just relied on the big overhand, right? Though.
Yeah. I mean, he's got the power. Like he had the power,
which he still knocked Jake Paul down with. You know.
Yeah. So you know, it's just one of those like
Happy to see Paul boxing someone his size now, at least.
Like I'd be more impressed if you like outboxed like Nate, or if you outbox like Dustin.
Sure.
Or if you outbox, somebody that actually has some good boxing behind them.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I hear you.
But
and his size, right?
Yeah.
I feel like Jake's
and his size.
If Jake fought in MMA, he'd be like 185 at least. You know.
What size is he?
I think he weighed 190 something.
And 190 something like that. If he beat like somebody like Adesanya,
See, like that'd be very impressive. But even that's too high caliber for this kid.
Yeah,
he's only been training like 3 years or whatever, 3-4 years. So it's just like, I don't know.
I mean, from what I hear, he puts in the work. Like he looks good.
He has to. You don't. You don't
like
stand with a guy like Tyron Woodley for 8 rounds and not put in the work.
He does take it seriously to a point. So, I'll give it to him in that. It looks like
I like what Jake does more than I like what the other one does. What Logan does. That dude just seems to be going after these wacky, like the Floyd Mayweather thing, and now it's rumored he's boxing Mike Tyson exhibition in February. It's like, those are fucking weird. At least Jake's route is like, okay, I'm gonna call out a bunch of big name MMA guys and try to get them to box me. Like that makes more sense than whatever the fuck Logan's doing.
No, definitely, I agree. Which him versus Tommy Fury, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, a legitimate boxer now. Like Tommy Fury's like 8-0 as a boxer. I don't think he takes it like super seriously. Certainly not as seriously as Tyson Fury takes it.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, we'll see. I just wanted to mention it because I think the shit's funny.
It's something.
Yeah, it's something. All right.
It is something. Oh man.
All right, we're gonna go over the headliners for the upcoming cards until the next pay-per-view now. Okay, coming up next weekend, UFC Fight Night 197, Max Holloway versus Yair Rodriguez, November 13th. Bum, bum, bum. Can't wait
for I love Holloway.
Yeah, who doesn't? Everyone loves watching Holloway fight. Yair, number 3rd ranked featherweight. Love watching him fight too. It should be a great fight.
Yeah, this fight should just be a fun ass fight.
Yeah, definitely. I think neither guy really has like that KO power either, so I think it'll go long. I think we could see all 25 minutes of this. Maybe Max Holloway puts it on at the end, gets a late TKO, I could see, but it should be a fun fight for a while.
I mean, Holloway he's looked so good.
Yeah.
Plus he's mad. Like he wants that.
He needs that.
He wants that title back. He wants, he's doesn't like
another guy, much like Robert Whitaker, what we were just talking about, taking all these title fights away from Volkanovski.
Volkanovski, 100%.
He took the Cater one away. Now probably gonna end up taking the Yair one away. Or I think I have it Holloway probably like TKO. What do you think?
That Cater fight was Holloway looked so damn good.
So good
in that fucking fight, dude. I remember. I still just I think about that fight. I'm like, my God, man. His boxing just was like, it was a clinic. It was just like,
it's gotta be terrifying to fight Max Holloway.
Yeah, like because Cater's a good boxer, man, and he looked like he didn't know what he was doing.
Nah,
like I was like, my God, Holloway.
Yeah,
how can he just be?
I think this fight certainly sets up for the winner of this fight in Volkanovski next too. So
Volkanovski, I mean, he doesn't want to fight. He doesn't want to fight Holloway again. He doesn't want to do it.
I wouldn't either. Fuck that.
He doesn't want to do it. Doesn't want to do it. I mean, look. I'm gonna keep saying
He
it. He
squeaked
didn't win
by with
that
the
second fight.
decision. Yeah, I
He
know a
didn't
lot of
win
people
that
don't
second
think he won
fight.
the second fight. I mean,
He didn't win that second
both
fight.
fights really. He squeaked by with the decision on him. So
I know.
it's like
I
I wouldn't
know.
want to fight him a third time either. Who does?
I
Who does
know.
want to fight Max Holloway? You know.
100%.
Apparently, Yair.
It's gonna be great. Like, I can't wait because Yair, like, no disrespect to him, man. Yair looks great. I think he's on a bit of a win streak as
Yeah,
well.
he's on a good win streak.
Yeah.
I mean, he's number 3 in the division right now for a reason. So he hasn't
Mm-hmm.
lost in a couple of years. I think his last loss was like Frankie Edgar like 5 years ago. So been forever.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with Holloway on that fight.
Yeah,
I think he gets
that's
it
who
done.
I'd go with.
Yeah.
Holloway.
Then the next fight, UFC Fight Night 198, Misha Tate versus Caitlin Vieira on December 20th. Happy to see Misha Tate back. Love watching Misha Tate fight. I think this card is pretty lackluster and all. I can't really. Yeah, I can pull up the whole thing and tell you what's on there.
Doesn't look like they have too many fights on it right now.
Yeah, I know this one was the one in November that was kind of like, okay. It was weird because UFC kind of had a little bit of a stint in October where a lot of the cards just weren't, a lot of the main events were falling out and they weren't stacked too good. I know we've been kind of spoiled the last 2 weeks here with these incredible pay-per-views, but yeah, you got to get your bad cards in there, you know, to get the good ones.
Yeah,
yeah, there's nothing much on here, you know. Taiti Varsa, Augusto Sakai is on here. That's a good fight.
Yeah. No, definitely. But yeah, I mean, all in all, it looks alright. It's like an okay card. You got that Luma Lukbunmi girl, but she's been looking pretty good. I've seen her past couple fights.
Oh yeah, Shanna Buys too. Shanna Buys is very good actually too. But yeah, I mean, there's a couple of interesting fights on here.
I mean, those fights will probably be good fights, but in terms of
Michael
like,
Chiesa, Sean Brady's on there. That's a great fight.
Is that on that fight?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a really good fight.
Yeah, that'll be good.
But yeah, good card.
It'll be a fun one all in all. It won't be a bad card, but it's definitely not like, at least for me, there's nobody on there that I'm like super stoked for. I do like Tai Tuivasa.
Yeah, me too. Augusto Sakai. That should be a banger for sure.
Yeah.
All right, then next one, we skip a week. Then we're on December 4th, UFC Fight Night 199, Jose Aldo versus Rob Font. Great fight. Great fucking fight here. Should be a big one for the bantamweight division. Possible title contention for the winner of this.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, we've been talking about bantamweight these last 2 episodes like crazy, but you know, there's a lot of guys on the queue there for the title shot at bantamweight. But this should be a striker's delight. Rob Font, Jose Aldo.
Oh yeah, 100%. Should be a fantastic fight. Man, it's so weird to think how young Aldo still is.
What is he now? Like 30?
I think he's like 34, 35 or something like that.
35,
like,
yeah. Crazy. He's been around so long, man.
For a really long time. And I mean, that is like a little older, but not like crazy older. No. And I mean, and I think Aldo's on a bit of a win streak right now. I think he's won his last. I can't remember if his last 2 fights.
Yeah, last 2. Chito Vera and Pedro Munoz. I mean, you have a good argument for a title shot here for Aldo if he wins, and then Rob Font especially. Rob Font's on like a massive win streak. Let me see here.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. He's on a 4-fight win streak, including Cody Garbrandt, on Moraes, Sergio Pettis, who we were just talking about. So
yeah, no, definitely. And yeah, I mean, Rob Font, I'm sure he's happy to get that fight with Aldo. You know, that's a good
name value, right? It's
good
kind of
name
what
value
you need
right
if
there.
you want the title shot.
Yeah, definitely.
Brad Riddell versus Raphael Fazees on this fight too. Great fight. Brendan Allen, Brad Tavares on there. Great fight. This is a great card.
Yeah.
Guido on there. Louis Smoka.
Yeah, this card definitely looks like a fun card.
Yeah, that'll lead well into the pay-per-view for sure.
Yeah.
Which is UFC 269 on December 11th this year. Headlined by Charles Oliveira versus Dustin Poirier for the UFC lightweight title. Sloan, I am fucking stoked. Can't wait. Dustin Poirier has been like my favorite fighter for years now. I can't remember focus. But yeah, I absolutely love Dustin Poirier. So happy for him this whole year to see him get his shot, get the McGregor fights, you know, get everything he's kind of wanted in this sport, really.
He basically got 2 very good money fights and now he's gonna get himself a title fight, which I'm sure is very exciting. I'm sure Poirier's had a very nice year.
Yeah.
His hot
Get
sauce has been
paid too,
selling
right?
out. All the good stuff.
Yeah.
Now, now Poirier wins. I like Poirier a lot. Seems like a good dude. I'll definitely be rooting for him. Also got that, USA. We need some more champs. We need
Yeah,
to get
we
some
do.
more.
We do. We
We
only
get
have
some more
one right
champs
now,
over there.
We need more than one.
Yeah, we gotta get it in there. But like, man, Oliveira's a tough guy. It's gonna be a tough
Oliveira,
fight.
yeah, especially
It's gonna be a
seeing
tough fight.
how much trouble Gaethje just had with Chandler really puts Oliveira into perspective there. Like,
Yeah.
okay, Oliveira might very well be the best in that division. We don't know, you know.
Look, he could very well go on for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very possible.
I think
Very
Poirier's
possible.
really gonna have to watch out for the subs here too, the submissions,
Yeah.
you know, of Oliveira, you know, because if
Yeah,
Oliveira,
definitely.
you know, even if you drop Oliveira or something like that, you can get caught in a triangle really quickly. You know, I don't. If I'm Poirier, I just avoid the ground. You know,
I mean, honestly,
completely.
Oliveira's a lot like Tony. Just a tough dude, great
Yeah,
on both
I
up
would
and
say even
up
the
and
submission
down.
threat is even bigger with
Yeah,
Oliveira by like a lot too.
definitely.
Because like if that
Yep.
dude gets your neck for even a second, you're done.
Yep.
You know, and
No,
he's
definitely.
constantly setting stuff up,
It's
constantly trying to
it,
put on the
it
pressure.
it's gonna be a tough fight for Dustin.
Yeah,
Like,
for
it's
sure.
gonna
I
be a
think on
tough
both
fight.
ends, it's a very tough
Mhm.
fight. It's
Be
a
a
hard thing to
tough
do.
fight.
You know,
And
I don't see Oliveira being
yeah,
able to get him down though. You know, I think
yeah.
Poirier's got a little bit too high level takedown defense for that,
Yeah,
training out of ATT, so it's gonna be difficult to do that.
no, definitely. I think Dustin, if he keep his takedown defense really well, I think if he keeps it up, keeps it with the boxing, I think
Keeps
he'll
that
outbox
pressure, you
Oliveira.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah, keeps
yeah.
Oliveira up against the cage. Just use that dirty boxing all night.
Yeah,
I could see a late TKO for Poirier here,
definitely.
but he's gotta
Yep.
watch his neck. You gotta
Oh
watch your
yeah,
neck. Gotta
oh
watch
yeah,
your chin, because
100%.
Oliveira will drop you and then jump on a guillotine so quick.
Uh-huh. I'm excited. I'm excited for that fight.
Yeah,
Be
me
rooting
too.
for you, Dustin. You got it, buddy.
You
Let's get
got
it
it, Dustin.
going.
Let's get this.
Let's get it.
And the co-main for that fight, Amanda Nunes is Juliana Pena for the women's bantamweight title. Should be another win for Nunes here, I think. You know, Juliana Pena is very good. She's one of the best in that division, but not good enough. Not good enough to beat Nunes. I don't think so. I don't think anyone is there. You know.
That bantamweight division. I don't know. I just don't see. I just don't see it. The only really way I see Amanda losing is if she's just getting kind of a little too bored,
Yeah,
and she's just not
a little
like,
too poor.
and,
She's just not
and
paying
she's just
attention.
and she's just not paying attention enough in the fight or something. She's just,
Just have a
it's just like,
conversation with Nina while the fight's going on.
yeah, didn't train as hard, kind of just went in, maybe like cut
According
my
to
half an hour.
Pena, who apparently
Yeah.
has people in the camp, Nunes has not been training hard for this fight. So I don't know. I don't know how much you want to believe Julia Pena there, but yeah, we'll see. Maybe she has it. You know, who knows? This would be the one too, right? Where it's like I feel like Nunes after this. Not that there's like a lot of big fights after this, but I feel like Kayla Harrison's out there, Valentina Shevchenko's out there for Nunes. I feel like Nunes is gonna get like a big fight after this, or like bigger than her last few. So I feel like this is the one, if any, where she'd just be like, whatever, I'll just go in there, start this girl real quick, walk out, and then maybe that won't happen, but it probably will. It probably will.
Anything can happen. It's MMA. Anything can happen. But I don't really see it. And honestly, if I'm Shevchenko, I don't really want that fight.
Not
To
yet.
be honest.
You gotta try it at some point again, but like, man, it's just such a.
Like, I would take that fight if I wasn't the champ anymore.
Sure.
Say I lost.
Kind of just have it in your back pocket there.
Yeah, maybe I can try to go get that fight. But I mean, Shevchenko, what she's doing right now is just like, why try to ruin that?
Yeah.
I mean,
no, I could see that too. Then the final fight we'll talk about on
honestly, what I would kind of like to see is Wei Lee go to flyweight.
Yeah, try to fight. I was thinking about that too. Might be
try to fight
if she's gonna do that. I prefer she try to get like one win. Maybe fight Andrade again or something. You know, do that rematch at flyweight, and then the winner, or if Wei Lee wins that, then try to fight Shevchenko. Yeah, but I thought of that too after Wei Lee lost. That could be a good one for Shevchenko.
That would be a great fight for Shevchenko, especially since she doesn't like. She also has the same problem of not really having too many top contenders right now.
Yeah, Good name value on that one.
Yeah. Wait, I mean, she's not gonna get that strawweight title back anytime soon. I mean, unless just UFC does it a little magics and just like fuck it, let's get that third fight.
Third
Just
Rose fight. Fuck it, right away.
just get into it. Just let's
I
do
doubt it.
it.
The last fight we'll talk about on that card, Leon Edwards versus Jorge Masvidal. Unfortunate that this is 3 rounds, but it's happening. It's here. I think we talked about it last week a good amount, but
finally happening.
Yeah, I think we're both hyped for this fight.
I can't wait for this fight. Like I was so stoked for this fight. It's needed to happen.
I can't wait for the
a
press
while.
conference on this.
Yeah,
fight.
I know.
That'll be a good one.
Ooh, it's gonna be fun because I don't know if he's gonna win that fight. I mean, honestly,
I feel like Edwards is the more technical striker, and I could see him winning a decision. But Masvidal got that power, you know.
Edwards, I see being the favorite in that fight. You know, I would probably say he has the better chance of winning over Masvidal. But I mean, Masvidal, who knows? I mean, Masvidal's boxing is so good. I would say his boxing is better than Edwards. Edwards is probably
it could very well be.
I would say Edwards. I mean, maybe he might be a little more technical than Masvidal, but I don't know, man.
Edwards uses a lot of kicks too. He uses a lot of leg kicks, a lot of body kicks, stuff like that too.
I feel like Masvidal's boxing has always been like a little underrated. Like you're not really. I feel like it's a lot better than I think people really kind of see or judge. You know,
Masvidal can stand with just about anyone. You know, and be competitive. It's not like I mean, I know he just got knocked out by Usman, but that was kind of like a.
That was like a heat-seeking missile.
Yeah, like anyone would get knocked out by that, you know. Other than that, like it's like Masvidal, you put him against anyone like lightweight or middleweight. I feel like
definitely.
He'd at least get a decision with him.
When you get so hard and a sweat bomb flies off of you, it's like
I know we saw that highlight so many times this weekend.
It's like you're probably knocked out. You're probably
not gonna be okay. And then just rounding out that card real quick, I just want to name some other good fights on there. Kai Kara France, Cody Garbrandt, Sean O'Malley's on here.
Yeah, I'm excited for both those fights too.
Yeah, me too. It's a good main card. Good line.
Yeah. Honestly, that main card is pretty much just as good as
even the prelims. Like look at the prelims here. Dominic Cruz, Pedro Munoz. We were just talking about Jeff Neal, Santiago Ponzinibbio's in there. Josh Emmett, Dan Ige's in there. It's a really good pay per view to end the year.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. You got Macy Barber versus Aaron Blanchfield.
That just got pulled.
Did it?
Yeah, Macy Barber got injured.
Yeah.
So. Not that one.
Good to see Ryan Hall back. He hasn't been doing
Ryan
so
Hall
hot.
Come back. It's a quick turnaround for Hall.
It is. I like Ryan Hall a lot, but I gotta say, I feel like he has not been evolving with the sport.
He got a bit exposed that last fight, right?
Yeah.
That guy just avoided all the rolls and then came in with a giant elbow and knocked him out.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, that wasn't the best showing in the world, which kind of sucks.
Yeah. We'll see how he comes back, but should be a good card, Sloan.
I agree. Looks like a good card. Can't wait.
Good pay per view. We'll do a show after that one, the Monday after that. Maybe we'll hand out some fake awards or some shit too for that one being our last show of the year. We'll pick our own fight of the year, stuff like that on our next MMA show. But
that'd be fun to do.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I like the sound of that for sure. But that'll do it for this episode. It's a fun little 2 weeks here, did 2 in a row.
Yeah, that's nice. Nice. Good time. Good talk.
I don't know if I'd ever do the 2 pay-per-view in a row thing again if I'm UFC. Maybe I want to see how well this the New York card sold, you know, because maybe it did give it a huge bump in pay-per-view sales, having a really good card last weekend. That was free.
Well, it was free. I was gonna say it was free, so you know, at least they probably sales-wise it was probably as good as they thought, if not a bit better.
I don't know about you, but I just wasn't I was still thinking about 267 come last Wednesday when normally I'm just very excited for the next weekend's card, you know, but I was still thinking about shit from the last weekend's card.
I agree.
But then by Saturday I was extremely hyped for Usman Colby.
That last card was great. You know, having Glover win, you know, at his age, fantastic. Jan showing that he should still probably be the champ.
Yeah.
You know, Islam looking dominant.
Chimaev.
You know, Chimaev. But it's
Did
good
his
stuff.
thing. Yeah.
Good
Anyways, that'll do it for our
All right.
post show for UFC 268. Sloan, thanks for coming.
For sure.
We'll
Well,
remind
thank you.
everyone to subscribe to the channel. Give us a like. Rate us on those Apple things. That'll be cool. You do you. You do what you want.
Yeah, you do what you want to do.
You do what
If you
you
want
want
to
to do.
come listen to some names not pronounced correctly, you've come to the right place. You've come to the right
I hope
place.
that guy comments again. Please comment on my names again. Okay, buddy. Anyways, we'll see you guys next time. Bye bye, everybody.
Have fun. Bye.